Hello YouTubers, this is the noobifier. There was a post by Ulf yesterday that accompanied the patch notes for patch 3.12.1 titled Delamar and Levski are going home. Levski was being called Lagski, and that's important to explain the motivation for its removal at this time. Let me explain all of this and how it's significant in 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Levski, even after the updates at Grimhex, is still my favorite landing zone. The other larger ones such as Arcorp and New Babbage are impressive, but I think Levski is more about my earlier memories having to do with Star Citizen. If you've ever got the feeling that the look and feel and mood of Levski don't quite fit in Stanton, it's actually because it's not part of Stanton. Early on they needed a simple smaller rock to test with. Levski was actually demoed all the way back in 2015 as part of a video called Planet to Pupil. That video came out around the time that I started making content for Star Citizen. My 4-minute breakdown called Planet Tech the Final Blocker got some attention back then, likely resulting in being contacted by the members of Redacted and my first livestream with Grey-Headed Gamer. When we finally had that landing zone added with patch 3.0, it was immediately after a 1-year wait for new content, which totally sucked, but it also opened a huge wave of new interest. I remember being both overwhelmed and excited to see what previously was said to be impossible in Star Citizen becoming a reality. As much as I hate the delays caused by ballooning feature creep, we do have to thank it for what we now take for granted. Seamless transitions from space to surface is actually a cornerstone of Star Citizen, and it was never meant to be like this. We were supposed to fly into a ring in space and there would be some quick animation resulting in us magically being landed. I don't think I need to say how much easier it would have been to code that versus what we have, and here we are, 5 years later, still waiting for a single system to be finished with all of the supporting features that go with it. I often come off as salty in some of my rants, but as much as I chirp on CIG sometimes, the game itself still amazes me to this day despite the seemingly never-ending nature of the work. Levski was a perfect place for a new player to choose as their first spawn point. It's just big enough to quickly get a sense of the rest of the game. There are basic stores, mission givers, a quirky traffic controller operator, trade terminals, all within a great dirty atmosphere with a great sense of style. The glassed-in lift was actually proof that nothing was faked, as a player in a ship outside could easily see another player using the lift, which was revolutionary at the time. Again, we take all of that for granted, but that was actually mind-blowing when it was released. Its internal markings are done well, further improving navigation, and I especially like how it both serves as a surface exploration area and a simple spaceport. Right, so I think I've explained why Levski is my special rock in Stanton, despite it not belonging there, and with that background, where is it going, why is it going, and when is it going? Where is simple. It's going into NYX, which is where it's actually intended to be. We had Levski for early testing and it was deemed to be the right time to move it. I've seen a lot of posts actually from citizens literally bouncing up and down in their chairs proclaiming that this must mean that Pyro is just around the corner. I think I can offer an alternate perspective to curb that premature enthusiasm. Years of tracking development have proven that one does not guarantee the other, but Ulf did promise that we would see it again in the future. Trust me, I would love to be proven wrong on this. If you were using Levski as your default port of call, you'll simply be relocated to Lorville. The mission givers and the stores at that location are going to remain with it, but will obviously be inaccessible for the time being. As to speculate on why it's going now, with the pending addition of the Xeno Threat mission, efforts are being made to optimize the space to offset the extra load. Removing Lagski is believed to be measures to preserve a playable player experience. And to answer the question when, well, that's right now in PTU 3.12.1, which is open for testing. There's a contest being put on by CIG to send off Levski. You're encouraged to submit your best screenshots for a chance to win. I have Ulf's post and the patch notes linked in the description. I also have the original Planet to Pupil video, plus my very dated Final Blocker video, which didn't actually age very well. Go check them out. I found it pretty funny to see how my content evolved over the years. That's it. I hope you enjoy 3.12.1. This is the only time that I will mention it in 2021. 50% of the views come from non-subscribed accounts. It costs nothing and your support is actually quite important to the health of the content. Please consider subscribing so I can more easily keep you up to date. Fly safe and I'll see you in the verse.
Yeah, respawn point I've set for that.
Yeah, I'm set as well.
You're free to launch.